Hey everybody, this is Eman Basketball Dad. Whether you're a young player or a parent, you don't want to miss this video. I have compiled a list of top 10 essential components to higher level basketball that I have observed throughout the years. Some on the list are pretty obvious, but some might surprise you. So let's get started. Disclaimer: this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Most on the list are common knowledge, so I didn't come up with them. There is one on the list that I highly disagree with, but it is commonly practiced, so I had to include it. Stay tuned till the end to find out which one that is. First, let's discuss what it means to play higher level in basketball. Higher level in basketball is like climbing a pyramid. The higher you go, the harder it gets, mainly because there's only so much room at the top. For example, at the top of the pyramid is the NBA, where there are only 450 players in the league. At the moment, at the tip of the pyramid is the Greek Freak. In the past, maybe it was LeBron, Jordan for sure, Magic and Bird the other, maybe Kareem, or even Wilt. As you can see, only generational type of players make it at the top. So it's quite difficult to climb this pyramid. After the NBA, then the international pro players. Although this is debatable because in recent years, the international basketball has caught up. Below the international level, maybe is the G League. Following that is college level, which also has different layers. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, and junior college. So, and then you have the high school level. And at the high school level, there's different layers there too. So, unless you are a unicorn, the majority of those who play competitive basketball will most likely peak here. The reality is, it is very difficult to play after high school, but that's okay. Playing at the high school level is an exceptional accomplishment. If you reach varsity basketball, you should be very proud. Next is youth travel basketball. This level is quite competitive and high level. It's amazing how good basketball is played in travel ball. At the bottom of the pyramid are the rest: Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, I-9, and maybe school playground. But you get the picture. Before I start, I want to emphasize one thing, and that is, you only have so many years to play competitive basketball. There's going to be a time when either you're just not good enough to play, to move up to the next level, or maybe you get injured and you won't be able to play, or even you just get burned out and you're done playing. So it's really important that you take the opportunity and make use of your time to do the best you can while you're in the sport. This list that I compiled is in no particular order. Where things rank in your view is up to you. So these are the top 10 strategies that I have observed over the years that most players do to achieve higher level basketball. Number 1, know your why. You are going to go through many challenges playing basketball. If you don't know why you're playing, you're probably going to lose interest the minute things get hard. If that's the case, that's okay, because sometimes it's better to try something so that you know it's not for you than to not try at all. However, if you're planning to play competitive basketball, it is critical that you know why you're playing basketball. And the most obvious and simple reason why you play basketball is because you just love the game. Loving something means that having many choices, you choose to do the thing that you love the most. And that is, you want to do it every day, you do it for free, that you can't stop thinking about the game, and that your day would not be complete unless you play basketball. The point is, you should know your why, so that way it can guide you through this difficult process of trying to get to the level that you want to get to. So if you haven't figured out your true why, then work on it. Think about it. Perhaps your why is to make the freshman team in high school, or to even play varsity, or perhaps you're talented enough to get to college level or even higher. You need not worry if you haven't established your why yet. That is something I believe you can cultivate over time if you work on it. Number 2, focus on development early. You need the fundamentals early on the journey. People tend to want to play games and win instead of trying to develop their skills or their fundamentals. Playing game is a lot of fun, but I think basic fundamentals should be more your focus, especially if you're a young player. Basketball is a highly skilled sport, and it gets even harder the older you get. It is crucial that your skill set is brought along the way, or else you're just going to harden up with bad skills. As soon as you decide to pick up a basketball, your focus should be developing your handles, shooting form, footwork, agility, passing skills, communication, and of course, strength. If you can afford it, find yourself a trainer or work with several trainers throughout your journey. In the beginning, I trained my kids because I knew how important it was for them to understand the fundamental of shooting and ball handling. But over time, I had to find other people to help my kids because what I knew was outdated and limited. So therefore, I had to trust that others will bring value to their game. And of course, that's years and years of having to pay for that service, which was not easy, but there's really no other choice. Everybody uses a trainer if you're in basketball. With my second son, we were fortunate enough to find a trainer, coach, who believed in fundamentals. So he persisted on teaching the fundamentals rather than winning games. I mean, it was hard, especially in the beginning, because we suffered a lot of losses. But you can see over time that our kids were getting better, and that the kids that used to dominate us used to all of a sudden struggle trying to beat us. So one of the things that I'm really happy about is that my younger son, because of the early development, he is fundamentally sound with his skills and understanding of how to play the game. So remember this: high-level basketball is a marathon. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Number 3, be a student of the game. The very best players are those who never stop seeking information and learning. Eventually, as the competition gets harder, what separates the best players are those who possess high basketball IQ. How you increase your IQ is by being a student of the game. So learn from all the resources that you have access to. Study the players that you like and learn from them. Go seek advice from those who have an expertise in something that you need. Go and break down your game. What are you missing? Figure that out and build on it. Work on your weaknesses, Michael Jordan used to say. Film work is one of the best tools you can use when you are a student of the game. I recorded just about every game my kids played since they started. I have gigabytes of game films that we use in any way to help improve our game. Number 4, constant self-evaluation. You have to honestly assess your skills and your abilities. You might start believing that you have arrived because you might be playing well, but know that there's always room to improve. For example, you might think you have good handles, but do you really? Try bringing up a ball full court against not one defender, but against 2 defenders, and see how you do. There's always room for improvement. And if you break down your game and you honestly figure out what you're lacking, then you can use those as your guide to improve your skills. Remember, basketball is a process. You got to be willing to work every day to add to your bag. So stay humble, but stay hungry. Number 5, no days off. When I was in high school in the 80s, once the season was over, you had to wait till the next season to play competitive basketball. Today, basketball is all year round. You really can't afford to take time off. You can bet that there's someone else out there who's working harder than you. Taking a break can really set you back. There's a book written by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers, the Story of Success, where he theorizes that to achieve world-class expertise in any skill is the 10,000 hour rule. That if you work on your craft for 10,000 hours, you will become a master. 10,000 hours is a lot. If you have a head start, I suppose you can get there. But I think you can use the 10,000 hours as your guide. Whether you get there or not shouldn't matter. Just do the best you can and know that there are other factors to consider. It is critical that you listen to your body so you avoid risking injury. Number 6, join a travel team or several teams. I've learned over the years that if you don't have travel ball experience, you might not even make the freshman team in high school. Or if you do make it, you might not get any minutes because your team is loaded with travel ball players. So travel ball is necessary in order to play at a higher level. Travel ball, especially the AAU circuit, can be very hard on the kids. You get grinded playing as many as 6 to 8 games on a weekend. And if you happen to be good, sometimes you play up. That could even be more games. But be careful when you're in that situation. You don't want to over fatigue your body and risk injury. My first son missed out on travel experience. As a result, it really deprived him of playing time in high school. On the other hand, my younger son started travel ball at the age of 9. Once he got into high school, not only did he play more minutes, but he was always one of the key players on the team. Number 7, mental toughness. Most people know what separates the best players in the game is mental toughness. Jordan and Kobe are a great example of mental toughness. They are not the biggest or the tallest according to NBA standards, but they are known for possessing an insane amount of mental toughness. Mental toughness can mean several things: confidence, fearlessness, poise, competitiveness, and thriving on pressure. To sum it up with one word, mental toughness is grit. Regardless of the situation, someone with grit will always rise to the occasion. No backing down, no getting nervous, no deferring, no self-doubt. I believe mental toughness is not instant. It is a state of mind that is cultivated over time through the process of hard work, determination, and experience. Number 8, expanding your boundaries. One of the biggest mistakes I made with my first son is that I did not find him another travel team after the local travel team did not want to put him on the roster. I got it. He was a latecomer in the game. He wasn't at that level. So instead we settled with him just practicing with the team. What I should have done is I should have went outside of our boundaries, our city limits, to find him another travel team that was willing to let him play. Instead, he never got travel ball experience. And as a result, when he got to high school, he was nervous even doing warm-ups. Expanding your boundaries means willing to seek situations that will help you grow. Sometimes it requires you to join a team that's outside of your area. If you need to join a travel team, be willing to go beyond your borders to find a program that will play you. Don't settle. What's important is that you get the playing experience. And there are a lot of travel teams outside of your borders that are willing to help you grow, help you play. So go find those teams. Number 9, expect adversity. Adversity? Yes. Throughout your basketball journey, you are going to go through many adversities. I've experienced a lot of difficult times in my life, but it seems like the disappointments that I've experienced in basketball are some of the worst. For example, sometimes you have to deal with little playing time. There's no worse feeling than driving somewhere far away, even inviting your friends to come, and your son doesn't even get in the game. That is very disappointing. Or sometimes you experience an injury at the worst possible time, like when the league games are about to start. Believe me, it's a major setback. Another adversity that for sure you'll experience is the game politics. It is thick with it. As like in life, you have to be ready and roll with the punches. Just believe that no matter what disappointments come, something good will always come out of it. Basketball is not just a sport, it is a rehearsal for life. The experiences you will endure and how you deal with them can help shape the person that you will become. So be prepared and bring out the best of your character if and when this happens. And number 10, holdbacks and homeschooled.
I do have to ask something. So it says in my files, you're 22 years old.
Yeah.
This is accurate? You're 22 years old?
Yes, I'm 22 years
The
old.
reason I'm asking you, he's speaking English.
Да.
So do you understand my English? Because you can't be in the draft if you're over 22, if you're from overseas. So do you have a birth certificate?
It was big fire.
Oh, okay. Who's this?
It's my son.
It's your son.
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 10 years old.
He's 10 years old? Okay. Okay.
This strategy I don't agree with, but it is commonly practiced. Until I got seriously involved in basketball as a dad, I never knew how many players actually held themselves back 1, 2, or even 3 grades for basketball, and then just did homeschooling. Back in the day, if you were held back a grade, it usually means that you were not meeting academic requirements. In California, you can be 19 years old going into your senior year, so long as your birthday is not on or after June 15. I personally know a team that out of 15 players, 8 players are holdbacks and homeschooled. Sure, it has its benefits, such as competing at a higher level, perhaps winning a lot of games. However, it certainly takes away opportunities for those who are of age, appropriate age, and for high schoolers who actually attend classrooms, take actual exams, participate. It's hard to get minutes when you're 17 and your teammates are already 19 going on 20 and are grown men. So this actually happens quite a bit, especially with schools that have winning programs. Private schools, public schools. There are advantages and disadvantages of being a holdback and homeschooled. So if you're planning to use this strategy, make sure you weigh out the pros and the cons. And we're not done. I've included a bonus. Number 11, nutrition. It amazes me how many basketball players love cup of noodles as their go-to snack after a game. Your body is a high-performance machine. Why would you use crap as fuel? You need to be mindful of good nutrition. Avoid eating junk food and be more selective on the type of foods and drinks you consume. As a basketball player, you constantly lose electrolytes and nutrients. Think about how much you sweat on a daily basis. For each time you work out, you are depleting your body of essential nutrients. So you have to find a way to replace those nutrients. I'll definitely do a future video and a deep dive on nutrition on my channel. For now, stay away from junk food and eat smarter. In conclusion, these are the top 10 list of essential strategies that will help a young player achieve higher level in basketball. I witnessed and went through all these things during the years that my sons played the game. With my first son, we didn't really know any of these, so we got what we got. What we got was mostly painful experiences. That is, always trying to catch up, settling mostly sitting on the bench. Trust me, that is not a situation you want to be in. We learned a lot from my first son. He became the guinea pig. We then applied this knowledge to our second son, who benefited a lot from it. If you are serious about basketball, the strategies on this list will surely help you. Final remarks. Estimates indicate that less than 5% of the players go on to play college basketball. The harsh truth is, most who play competitive basketball will only play up to high school. So if you are in the 9th grade, it means that you only have 4 years left. Ouch. High school basketball can be cutthroat. You can master all these things on this list, put in your 10,000 hours, and still get screwed. Believe me, it happens. However, like life, you can only worry about the things that you can control, and what you can control is what you do for yourself. You might be looking at me and thinking, what the hell does this old dad know? I get it. You can easily dismiss me. But hopefully you won't. And hopefully you will use all this information that I compiled on this list to help you get to the next level in basketball. For future videos, I will do a deep dive on many of the topics on this list. So for now, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.